Alright, this video has been long overdue. So, today I want to talk about um, a very important NGO that basically really kind of changed my life, but like not in a very like religious way or something like that. It's just that it made me realize a couple of things that I might have not, uh, yeah, if I would have stayed home. So yeah, and that NGO I'm talking about is AIESEC. Yeah, I went. Um, I will play with my glasses. I don't give a fuck. Right. So yeah, I went total 5 projects. One was in China, second one was in Greece, third one was in Croatia, fourth one was in Czech Republic, and lastly the fifth one, hopefully not last, but you know, hopefully the Rona will disappear, but we'll see. The fifth one was in Hungary. Um, Today, yeah, this video, like, I'm not gonna go into like specifics or like I'm not gonna be like, yeah, here's what happened in that country. It's gonna be like more of an overview, and yeah, if this video is doing well and there's a demand, maybe I'll go into more details country by country, and like, yeah, we'll see though. I'll definitely do a video on China, but yeah, nevertheless, today this video is a video for people who are like undecided, or they're bored with their life, they don't know what to do, and yeah, they want to do something, and I don't know, like they don't have the possibility to travel, aka you're not rich. Yeah, and honestly, AIESEC is really the best way to travel. Like, no offense, all the rich people watching, maybe one, I guess, maybe none. Um, the way of traveling with AIESEC is really special. Like, first and foremost, like when you go to AIESEC, you pick a project and you like get debriefed like what you're gonna do when you arrive there, like yeah, and all that stuff. Um, but let's be real. Honestly, the route and what makes AIESEC great is that you meet a lot of new people. Like a lot of people that you, if you stayed at home or if you traveled, like you wouldn't have met. Trust me. Um, I met a lot of crazy people, a lot of good people, a lot of like what the fuck people, like I met people that challenged my ideas, challenged me as a person, and yeah, of course, it's kind of hard. You are definitely going to not be in a comfort zone, like you're not gonna stay at home, or like if you live alone, you're not gonna be like all independent and whatnot, especially if you're going into a country like with a culture that is very different than your own culture. So yeah, and for me that was China. because yeah, that's that's a big country with a lot of people with a lot of different stories. So yeah, it was great. Um, Here's a funny thing. Like when I first wanted to go to ISEC uh, with a project like going abroad, um, they were like having like kind of like meetings with people who were already like already participated in a project. It's basically like PR stunt, you know, like uh, promote like, yeah, I'm gonna basically talk and like kind of convince you to go, which is what I'm kind of doing right now, but better. I hope. Anyway, yeah, so here's like there's a story like a girl, she was like, yeah, I've been to Cyprus and it was nice. She talked about her project and what she did, and at the end, she was like, yeah, like I'm a very tough person, and yeah, but I never imagined that I would cry uh, at the end, like when everybody says goodbye and everybody goes home, you know, like on the plane, boat, car, whatever, you know? And she was like, yeah, like never thought I would cry after these strangers, like people, but actually, yeah. And I was like, when I first heard that, I was very confused and kind of like proud or something like that. Like scoffed. I scoffed at that idea, you know, like crying over people I just met. Like, what the fuck, you know, like how can you do that? Like, that's so sensitive. Like, you really are like super sensitive, crybaby. Like, I don't know. I was young and ignorant, you know, like whatever. So yeah, I went. Then I flew to China all alone. I did not go with any friends. So yeah, it was a very like um, independent um, moment for me. Like I was like, oh shit. I was hyping up on the airplane. I was like, yeah, oh yeah, baby. You know. So yeah. Um, the people you meet on AIESEC projects can literally maybe 1%, 0.1% change you. And it depends on you as a person, but you can't deny it. And yeah, that's the honest truth. And honestly, you can also have an impact on others. And this, I'm not talking about like the working hours, like the project, like what are you doing, and like what you choose to do or something like that. Like you really, I'm talking about the times you spend in a bar with your newly met roommates, you know? I'm talking about the nights you spend in a hostel room or in an accommodation, you know, talking with, I don't know, people and drinking and playing cards and, you know, exchanging jokes or something like that. You know, it's a very nice experience. In ISEC, I think that mostly because of the age limit, I don't know. I think as of, well, I don't know. I don't know. Today's whatever. Who cares what time means? But whatever. Um, if I remember correctly, ISEC has like a age limit until like 29, 30, kind of like that. So it's basically like young people, young adults who just trying to volunteer and change the world for better and get hammered and have fun. It's kind of like ISEC manages to really like uh, perfectly combine work and pleasure. That's like every corporation wants to do that, but only ISEC can do it and really nail it. Now, I'm not saying that I like an ISEC project is like very much perfection, because it's not. I've been into projects, I won't name the country, or uh yeah, the one country. Yeah. One country really let me down in terms of project. But yeah, it was not big of a deal, but would have it would have been nice to work on the project that I applied. But I'm not salty because the people I met there were crazy and it was really, really nice. Um, yeah, let's see. Let me arrange my stuff. Right. What else should I tell you about? Yeah, ISEG is not perfect, and if you go to a project, expect the worst. Honestly, trust me. Have lowered your expectations so low that you're gonna stay in like a barn with no bed. You're gonna sleep with the animals, and uh, you're gonna work on a farm or something like that. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but like really lower your expectations. Do not expect like 1-star hotels or like uh, I don't know, full course meals or something like that. Like, no, it's an NGO, so like get off your high horse and really, really like examine why are you going in a project, in a volunteering project, whatever country you choose from. Like, honestly, um well, of all the countries I've been to, I was never impressed with the accommodation. And why would I? Like, um, for example, how ISA can change your life. When I when I first arrived in China, I couldn't sleep because the mattress was so hard. I was literally sleeping on the floor. Like, that's how it felt like. Because I don't know, maybe Chinese people are really really have a taste of hard mattresses because it's good for your spine. So after I lived there for 2 months, when I came back home, it felt so weird sleeping in my puffy mattress. So I changed it, and I bought an orthopedic mattress. That's what I have now, and I'm actually sleeping better than ever. So, like, yeah, that's a small thing you can change. Your perception of many things can change, and maybe you can have a different opinion. And yeah, I'm not gonna go into the ISEC like core values. Like, I'm gonna leave that to your ISEC body to fill you in, because honestly, even though I've been a member, I don't remember anything. Yeah. Um, yeah. As you can see from my facial expression, like I remember fondly my time as a volunteer in any other project. Like, even though projects can fail or like fell through, uh, even though it might be AIESEC's fault or not. Not blaming AIESEC for anything, but you have to remember that AIESEC is run by literally adolescents. Like in university, you know, I think an AIESEC member can have like, I don't know, from 16 years old. Yeah. So, yeah. And usually, people who are enrolling into AIESEC are basically first year students, so freshmen. So you can't really expect a lot. But I'm going back to my original point. Don't have expectations. Don't have like, wow, I'm gonna go to, I don't know, this place and this place gonna have like, wow. No. And don't believe their promises as well. Because I don't want you to get disappointed like I did. So yeah, and through my five uh through my five project, um like, I don't know, experience, I can say that no other, like, no project is the same. I know, like, yeah, the projects may seem the same, like teach English, teach your native language, teach, right? It's not the same because people are not the same. So yeah, it depends on how lucky can you get with the friends, or I mean soon to be friends, from the strangers you're gonna meet in an airport or in a train station when you arrive in that country. So yeah, um, my advice for people who are undecided if they should go to an AIESEC project, if it's worth it, because let's be honest, even though it's a volunteering program, you have to pay to go to that program because, okay, let's talk for a second economics, right? If you would have gone uh 2 months in China, you would have paid a lot more than if you would have gone 2 months on a project with AIESEC, because the accommodation is usually free. If not, you have to pay like a cleaning fee or something like that. But it's not nearly comparable to what you pay if you are like traveling alone, you know? So yeah, but in that in that sum enters the AIESEC fee you have to pay in your home country when you decide to leave, because AIESEC, how it works, being an NGO, it doesn't have like profits or funds, you know. What funds uh, does the organization get? It's from exchange persons, like people leaving the country, like the home country. Uh, yeah, uh, and that the money that you pay basically pays for the whole organization. So don't try to like negotiate or something like that. Think of other people. Like, you should consider the money you're paying to AIESEC as an investment. You know, the money that I pay to live, that money is reinvested in the accommodation that others are receiving when they come in to my home city or home country, you know. So yeah, it's all like rerouted to fit the needs of other volunteers. It's not uh, a very like it goes to like somebody's pocket or something like that. No, it's actually rerouted to basically volunteers, even though ISEC volunteers sometimes can be really shit. uh yeah, they also have their own lives and their own studies and something like that, so have patience. We all have to have a lot of patience when dealing with others. That's just facts. That's just facts, people. Start having patience. And yeah, but what do I want to tell you? um Let me play with my glasses to find my inspiration. Yeah, you go to ISEC to go to projects. That's basically it. And even though in the project you feel like it's kind of useless, or like you feel like it's getting boring or something like that, don't forget that you're living with other people, in a hostel, in an accommodation. If you're lucky to get uh, a host family, then you're privileged to experience the culture firsthand. I've been through some host families. Um, I'm still in contact with a couple of them. They were very nice people, and they treat you right. They try to give you your best. I always buy some souvenirs, or uh, I'm trying to give back, because the host family, they are keeping you basically for free, and they give you food like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like if you're gone for like the uh, they they won't give you lunch, but like dinner and breakfast, that's usually like provided. And it's very nice to have like someone to care for you, even though it's like a short period of time, you know. And you actually like really learn and have an insight of the culture that you're basically living for. I don't know how the project will be, 6 or 8 weeks. I don't know if the period has changed, but back in my day, that was usually the time frames. So yeah, this is a short introductory video to ISEC, and even though I stumbled a lot catching my thoughts and everything, I'm not gonna cut the video because like I don't have editing skills. I hope you kind of find it interesting, and maybe I don't know, visit the site. I don't know the site, but I'm gonna put it in the description. Hopefully, it's the same, isec.org. And yeah, I unfortunately have to go back to my real job, but soon. Like and subscribe.